The company forgot to provide instructions on how to complete 4.2.11, the IP addresses on a Linux system. So I'm going to go over that in case anybody wants to do this lab and get it graded correctly. So you'll open up a terminal window when the lab starts. You'll need a change directory under, we'll do cd space /etc /sysconfig. I'm going to type sysco and hit tab, and then network dash tab to make sure it completes scripts. If not, you've got a misspelling somewhere. Press enter. And if I list the files in that directory, I'll see the very first file, the ifconfig enp2s0 is what we need to edit. I'll use the Vim text editor followed by a space. I'll type in ifcfg dash the letter E. I will tab complete, and it should complete the spelling of that. If not, you've made a typo somewhere. Press enter. This file opens up. I'll need to use I on the keyboard, and I'll have insert appear. I'll use my arrow keys to go down to this boot to protocol, and it says equal to DHCP. We want us to remove that, replace it with none. I'll then hit enter, and if you Google the ifconfig file example, you can see how that we can enter an IP address, a net mask, a gateway, and then further reading, you can see where that we can also add in broadcast and an equal. So after examining those, you can follow along here. So IP ADDR equals, and we'll enter in our 192.168.0.254 as listed in the instructions. The net mask is going to equal. Make sure you don't have any spaces around these equal marks. It's all clumped together. 255, 255, 255.0. We'll need the broadcast equal to the 192.168.0.255. We'll need the gateway equal to 192.168.0.5. I need to make sure I spelled that correctly. Yes, gateway, net mask, IP ADDR. I'm just double checking my spellings here, so yours should look like mine on the screen. We can then use the escape key on the keyboard to get this insert to disappear. Using our shift key and the semicolon key, we'll be typing a colon right down here. And then we'll lowercase w and a lowercase q. Those are not lowercase. I need to toggle my cap locks key. So WQ. Okay, I've got them in lowercase. That will write and quit this file. We need to configure DNS. That'll be directly under the etc directory. So I'll type in cd space /etc and press enter. You should be taken back to etc on your screen. I'll use the Vim editor. I'll type resolve or RESOL, and I'll tab complete that to make sure I don't have a misspelling. And it should complete the V and .conf. This file comes up. We have a couple of name servers. They don't match the instructions. So I use I on the keyboard, my arrow keys to go over and remove the old information. And enter in 63.128.7893. 163.128.80.93. I'll use escape. type colon and a WQ to write and quit, just like we did the other file. I need to take the interface down and back up again. And there is an if down command, enp 2 S0. And then I need to bring it back up with the new configuration, enp 2 S0. To make sure that it's done correctly, we can look at the configuration with ifconfig. They also, let's see, we'll notice right here, we have our address that we put in, our broadcast address, our net mask. So ping the gateway. Our gateway was right up here, the 192.168.0.5. So you can type in ping 192.168.0.5, press enter. It will continue on this indefinitely, so use Control-C on the keyboard to break out. They want us to ping one of the external DNS servers, so ping. And if you don't want to have to use Control-C, you could do a count here, do like -C2 to help to ping twice if you wanted to, followed with one of the DNS server addresses. I'll pick the first one here, the 78.93. It will ping twice and quit because I used the -C and a 2. It also wants me to ping the www.corpnet. I'll again do -C2 and put out there www.corpnet.xyz and press enter. It should ping twice and quit. Let's score the lab and see if we get a good report. So what did I miss pinging? Okay, so adding the -C and 2 broke the lab. They didn't want us to do that. Apparently they just wanted us to use Control-C on that. So if you haven't scored your lab yet, redo the ping command without putting that -C and 2. So kind of tricky. We did it correct. I hope that helped. We'll likely go through and set that score for that lab to 100% for everybody. I think it's only worth a point or two. But yes, they missed adding the instructions. They missed adding the instructions. Should have been on 4.2.8, but there was no video or instructions on how to do that. If there's something missing in the curriculum, you can come up to the question mark and suggest that you found an error, something that's missing or confusing. This curriculum just came out, so you will likely find some missing information. Please report that. Also, send me an email if you think there's something that was missing in the instructions. Luckily, I had one student that contacted me on this problem.